Never mind. Whatever.
Don't
You,
need to
you- you're ruining my fan base, dude.
And
Okay.
annotated essay.
Yeah. That's for my class. What the fuck was I about to do? Oh my god, my brain.
Wait, is this a Ryan like coaching session?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll
Yeah,
get on
the
my Ryan account. Hold on.
Fuck you mean?
Hold
You're
on.
not coming to a game with me, bro. So.
What the fuck was the info again? Fuck. Okay, there it is.
I'm
I
trying
will
to
check
think.
this
So I
account.
need to look up Ryan's kit, pathing, positioning, Ryan games, how to... Oh wait, I had to open OBS.
Hurry this up. Jeez, dude. You scuffed. You scuffed.
Scuffed teacher.
He's scuffed, dude. He's so scuffed. Oh my goodness.
I gotta turn off.
Keep it up. Endorsement level reward. Thank you, Overwatch.
I've literally never gotten a notification, by the way.
For what?
The one where it's like, oh, keep your endorsement level up, and then it gives you stuff.
Oh yeah, I've gotten that a few times.
I don't think I've ever gotten that.
Okay. This might be super scuffed, but we'll get going here. Hopefully you guys take something out of it. Okay, so first thing on the agenda, right, is Reinhardt's kit. We're gonna go over his hammer, I forgot to put a shatter in here, whatever. His hammer, his pin, his fire strike, and his shield.
Am I supposed to be on BRB?
I'll
Yes,
try and do his health here.
I am supposed to be on BRB.
So, with his pins, right, when do you guys think you should be using pin? Let me ask you this. How
When
should
it
you
is-
use it? There's two ways to use it, technically.
On cooldown.
No.
That's what you do. And you got the top
When it
500.
is safe to do it. When it is safe to do it.
Now, what type of pins are you looking for?
Short pins.
Short pins.
Short pins, right?
I
You
think
wanna
we
be
played
one-
Ryan before. I don't know.
Counter pins as well.
They suck. Shatter
Or
pins,
counter
yeah.
pins.
Camera pins. What is another one that's really good too? If not killing people.
Not killing. Movement, Smile.
Pinning
Yes.
people out of position too.
I said
do.
not pinning people. Right. So you have
Okay, well, like-
pins, short pins, and then moving pins, right? A big one that a lot of Ryans, sometimes you don't use is moving pins, right? If you're on a high ground here, you can pin across to the other one, right? Quickly, right, without having to run across and waste your shield.
Yeah.
So keep an eye on that. The best thing with Ryan is knowing when to pin, which is, the best way to pin that I found is when their Reinhardt doesn't have pin anymore.
Hi,
Let's
Ditto.
say
How are you
the
today?
best thing I do, right, is say I'm Reinhardt, right?
You doing alright?
And what do most Ryans do out of spawn on defense?
Pin.
Pin, right? So as soon as you see him come near you, what should you do right away to him?
Pin him
Pin him
because he's a
back.
garbage Overwatch player and he doesn't have charge.
Right? So if he pins, like say this is Reinhardt, he pins back to you, you just press this.
I'm okay. How
and
about
then-
you? I'm alright.
Easy thing,
I'm
right?
vibing.
I
Alive.
look for that every single time. Whether
I'm actually
on defense or
pretty good
attack.
today.
I
I'm
see
not
the
gonna
Ryan
lie
just
to you.
use
I'm
pin.
pretty happy.
I'm looking
today.
for a short one right away to take advantage
Oh,
of that.
shoot.
Right? 'Cause
Stream
most of the time
title.
He's gonna try and counterpin you, right?
Thanks for reminding
I'm
me.
sure that does stuff, but I want to pin him and get ult charge, right? Fuck you. I can't even.
We should play something later.
So,
I guess. I don't know, dude. I know I have to
does that make sense for
study
pins?
more later. For
Yes.
SNT. Because it's
And
literally tomorrow.
so you
So
guys want to be using fire strikes. Two ways.
Off cooldown.
Build up our old charge.
Not all of cooldown. It's a very bad habit. Right, build your shatter really fast, right? What's another way to use it? What can you do with fire strike?
Clean
Kill
up.
people.
get fars out of the sky. Easy clap.
One key thing here you can use fire strike for without getting ult charge.
Bait shatter.
We can do homework today?
Not,
Okay.
you can't
sounds
bait
good.
shatter with the fire strike. You're gonna get shattered.
Still got it out though.
Nah. Baiting cooldowns, right? Baiting a Zarya bubble or a deflect, right? What are most Zaryas or Genjis gonna do when you go through a fire strike at?
Bro, they're gonna bubble, dude, because you give them a lot of charge. So you should, like, fake, like, up, dude.
Yeah,
like,
yeah, exactly.
like,
So faking your fire strike is a great way, especially if
Mimi
you have a
on
Zarya,
Megan is so
to
fun.
bait her bubble so then you can rush her, right? Or a Genji, bait his deflect and then go swing in his face, right? So either use it for to build shatter really fast, right? A big way too is knowing fire strike positions at the start of a game. So that way you can get your 20-30% charge right away, or knowing, assuming, okay, they're going to run into the corner, I should throw it now. So as soon as you come in the corner, you hit like 4 of them, right? I've taught a few, at least DBG I know, where, like an icon wall, you throw it from that one spot, you always get like 10-20% every time, which is good, right? Because you want to be constantly keeping your shatter up, build your shatter fast on the other line, so you can be, alpha this motherfucker, like that, right? That makes sense for fire strikes.
Yes.
This is kind of dry. This stuff will be a bit more fun.
Yeah, you're fine.
I know, dude. It's fucking pouring. Holy shit. All right, all right. So let me talk about the shield here, right? What's the
What
biggest
homework
thing
do you
look
have?
for in a shield? What's your shield?
Value,
Cheaper.
dude. Block important thingamabobs. Easy.
What should you not do before every fight?
Waste your
Break it.
shield on the way there.
What percentage? What shield health should you have when the fight starts? Usually,
Easy 1600.
1600s. Usually, you might use a bit beforehand. Should have around 1200 at least when a fight starts. You can use a little bit to get to the fight, but you shouldn't have below that. If you have below that, you're gonna lose the fight right away because you're gonna have no shield, right? No, we'll go into that later. That comes another thing later down the line. I'll talk about. What's another thing you can be doing with your
Got a
shield
bunch of stuff from all my
there's multiple
classes
people
over
shooting
long
at the
term.
same
I have a
time.
quiz and some textbook work due Monday.
as well? You know, like DBG said, blocking abilities, right? Blocking nades, sleeps, hooks, stuff like that. What's another thing you can be doing? Say there's a Sombra behind you, and there's people in front of you. You can be like shield flicking, right? Try and go between
Yeah.
both damage types, so you can't do that. That's a big thing you can get down to is flicking to the most threat damage or the biggest damage, right? Say there's a hog and Sombra on you, probably be shielding the hog and trying to shield both, right? You know, going back and forth between the two, right? You come up here, you're going back and forth between the two, right?
Mm-hmm.
Making sure you don't take too much damage, right? Don't stand here and look one way and get hit from behind. Trying to be able to block both ways, right? As you're backing up, so you can stay alive. That's pretty much it with the shields. A lot of reins have horrible shield management, right? So a big thing to keep an eye on is that. Always making sure you have a lot of it at all times. Sure, it might break, but always, especially if you have Shatter, don't have it weak and cracked, because then he can try and pressure you more and force it out of you for it to break. Make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, the last thing I believe. I'm not gonna remember the hammer just yet because we'll go into that. Only thing for the hammer is some of you probably know is just turn into your swings, right? Then also, if you're chasing somebody, you can turn your camera 45 degrees, kind of, and just look to catch them because it extends your range a little bit. Make sense?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yes, sir.
I believe that covers everything here. I don't want to underline it. Whoops. The other thing in this kit is a shatter. Most of you probably know how to use that, though, right?
I'm going there.
Where you going?
Bro, what are your roommates, dude?
Oh, someone just walked in. All right, so biggest thing with your shatter, right? What are you looking for your shatter?
Want to go dance in the rain,
How can you
dude?
build it
Yeah, dude.
fastest, and how should you be looking to use it?
I know.
Anyone have any ideas?
To get
Swing and
important
fire
targets.
strike.
And then
What's the two fastest ways to build it? That gives you a lot of ult charge.
Swing into the motherfucker.
2 swings and a fire strike.
Pins and fire strikes, right? Fastest ways along
Yes.
this one, right?
yes.
So if I use shatter here, Ryan, just whatever, kill this bitch, right? If I go for a pin, wait, that he had no health. Okay, that didn't help.
I don't think
but
the other one
usually
has
you
health
get,
either.
20-30%, right? I get it here. Yeah, around 10, 15, 20%, right? So the best way to do it is look for the short pins on like rein, Zarya, tanks, because you can get 30% of your shatter, right? And if you come down here, right, landing a big fire strike gets you, another 10% right there. I think it's 5% a target, right? If I'm not mistaken. Because if you hit all 6, you get 30%. So look to hit as many people with your fire strikes as you can, and also look for swings, right? The more you swing, the more charge you get, right? Does that make sense for everybody?
Mm-hmm.
Looking to constantly swing, right? There's some fire strikes in there, but if you can, always look for pins. Pins will help you a lot here. Easy pin, you have your shatter.
I didn't know pins gave so much charge.
Okay.
I assumed
Then
it was
who
around the
should you
same
be
as
looking
2
to
swings. Is it?
Everybody.
Important targets, dude.
Is it okay to shatter one person?
Yeah, it's okay
Yes.
to shatter one person. As long as
Exactly
it's
right.
not a widow, and don't teabag.
Always
Shatter one, that's
teabag.
fine. You just pin the widow out of the sky, bro. It's fine.
Out of
And
the
Widow
why is she in the
out-
sky?
and Widow out of the
Off the
sky.
higher. if she's grappling, bro.
Yeah, she's hookshotting.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, so if you shatter somebody, what should you do as soon as you shatter?
Fire strike.
Swing, fire strike, and then what? If you can.
Charge someone.
Maybe charge.
Don't just fire strike, right? So if they build shatter, I'll go shade. It's like you leave here. Right, so I shatter, kill somebody. Now I have, you know, if it's a tank, I have another 20% of my shatter, right? Another 10%.
But why
So
not?
always-
Like I know you're talking about like killing somebody first, like, but why not?
Yeah.
Like swing at them
Okay.
and then try to like crouch and get multiple targets at that fire strike.
Yeah, you can do that. I was just showing an example here. Yeah.
Oh, okay, my
My
bad.
bad. I was just telling you should go up here, right? Like, oh, there you go. Psychic, can you fuck off, please?
Oh, easy roadhog kills.
Yeah, so like I said, you can do like that. Like that.
Yeah.
Are you talking to UG? Yeah.
Mhm.
So if you can do that, so you can do that too, right? Swing, crouch, fire strike. hit
Why would
multiple
you
with
shatter
right,
Widow when you can
and
flank
you can
her
just
as
cancel it and
Rein?
do a pin.
You're like one of the loudest characters in the
Yeah,
game, but okay.
My bad. But yeah, does that make sense, guys? So look to quickly swing, fire strike, kill somebody, and then go for a pin. So you can get your shatter back faster. Make sense?
Easy flanks? Okay, makes sense.
Yep.
Yeah, yes.
I believe that covers everything here. That's what. Okay. Whoops. Any other questions for this first topic?
Nope.
Let's move on to the fun stuff.
Wait, there's fun stuff?
Sure. Alright, we'll pull up the classic King's Row. Because, you know, probably the best. This one, too, is good to look at, but we can look at King's Row first.
Oh, how fun. Yay.
King's Row, okay. We'll do attack and defense. I'll probably just go over the first point, just for time's sake, because I don't want to spend too much time going over the
Clank, clank, here comes the tank.
You know what I mean?
True.
Alright, thanks, Josh. Alright, so, pathing based on that. So, what do you think the two big things that a lot of Rhymes get wrong? Anyone know?
Positioning?
Well, you know this, Liz, shut up. Anyone else?
Killing the whole team
Not that.
every fight.
No. Two concepts. Anyone know?
Okay, you're gonna have to tell me the question again because I honestly wasn't paying attention.
What are two things that I see a lot of Ryans get wrong, and that's cost them games or affects
Oh.
their gameplay a lot?
Obviously, shield management and aggression, you dummy.
Other than that, more bigger things than just
Oh.
that.
Okay, not
Cooldown
feeding.
management.
The mind game.
No, I'll add that as a third option in your kit. That's the third option in the kit. There's two other things that can really affect how you play Ryan.
It's not aggression. I don't know what it is, dude.
Pathing and positioning, right?
Oh.
Because
I
if you have
guess.
shitty shield management, what are you probably doing wrong?
Probably positioning wrong.
Pathing wrong, right? Because shield management is going to the point, right? So example, right? If you keep
Everyone is
taking the
guessing. Just
long
answer the
way,
question,
right,
dude.
you
I
know,
tried, dude.
well,
I
this is
tried.
like keep
I'm
playing up in
sorry.
the open here, using your shield a lot and not using cover.
Don't
What
pay
are you
attention
probably
to me.
going to
I'm
have
weird.
when you get to the point? No shield, right? And that's going to be your shield management issue, which is a bigger issue called your pathing, right? Positioning is more so like when you're pathing, right? Where are you trying to go towards? Trying to position yourself, right? So that's why those two kind of go hand in hand. And if you can't get that down, you're going to have a really hard time getting value, right? Because then you're not going to be able to get any value out of your kit because you're never going to be able to build shatter, get pins, fire
Hey
strikes,
guys,
you're always
why don't we
dead,
try a new
or have
thing?
no
Why
shield
don't,
to
why
be
don't we
able
just
to
raid
push
someone
up
at the end of
against.
the stream, dude? I don't know why, but I haven't
And so
really
what do you
thought about
think
doing that
What do
before.
you think pathing varies on?
That sounds pretty cool.
There's
Why don't we do that?
three things.
You guys up for it or no?
I don't know if any of you caught it.
These guys gotta show love if we raid. That's really the big
Three
thing.
things you're going to be looking for where you should be pathing the entire time, or even positioning too.
Team compositions. I said it like
One.
3 times, but I was muted.
Oh, yeah.
Raided somebody for the
So
first
that's
time
one,
yesterday.
both
Was it
yours and the
fun?
enemies, right? That
You
affects your
have
path
fun.
position. What's the third? That's the last thing.
Cooldowns.
Just think, what is this right now? What are we on right now? King's Row, right? So it's map. Yeah. So it's
Map.
the map
Meh.
and your comp and the enemy's comp, right?
Hey,
Because
he's
say
not
you
gonna
have a full
know,
brawl
but I'm
comp,
just
right?
gonna leave and go get water.
You want to be
real
playing
quick.
much more faster pace to the point, right? Versus, in this way. What does the left give you, pathing wise?
The left gives you cover from the hotel.
What does it also put you? Where does it put you usually to?
Puts you right in front of the point.
Yeah, also
On top of
right by their back line.
And what type of comp would you be running this way if you're running DPS wise? More up close DPS, right? Reaper, May, Torb, stuff like that.
Brawl.
But why would you go this way? What does
Which
this way
way?
give you?
Hits
Right.
game.
Because what do
gives-
we have access to over here?
All the high ground.
Trying to what? Yeah, that shit fell when you were out here. Yeah, high ground, right? Because if you go this way, you go towards the point and you back them up in the corner here, and then you gives your team access to these high ground
Point.
options. Exactly. So that's what you have to take into account the entire time is as soon as you spawn in the game, right, pick your comp. Decide when am I running and already know beforehand which ways can I go now with my team comp, right? And this comes from getting reviewed and stuff and just knowing it off the top of your head. Think, okay, we're running Brawl, we should go left through Hotel because it's shortest to the point, and we can't really use the high ground with our comp, right? Or let's go right side because we have hit scan and stuff, Houndzo, whatever, so we can use that, right? Stuff
Yeah.
like that. Make sense? And then with positioning, it's the same thing. All right. Now it's more so for defense than attack, really, because attack you're kind of like that's more pathing, right? Knowing where to go, and then you kind of just get set up and fight in there, right? Positioning is all about defense, knowing okay, I should be holding here, back here, I want to hold in front of their spawn door, stuff like that, right? Trying to think what else is pathing. Also, pathing with the enemy
who's
team
back?
comp, right?
Wait,
So
wait.
it's not as big, but if you're running
Who's
against
back?
dive, how do you want to be pathing with your team? Making sure everybody's together, right? Not really split up. Against spam, how do you want to be playing against that?
Go into them.
Yeah, using the
Bum
path
rush their whole
most,
team.
most cover, right? Not playing alongside
Yeah.
lines, giving them range. You're playing against a brawl, it's just trying to rush them and either rush their backline or cut off their backline from the front line, focus them down, right? So that's more in depth. You don't have to really, I don't have to go into that too much, but just understand if you're playing against dive, you're playing together, right? So if they dive, you can just blow them up. If you're playing against spam, you should be looking to close the sightlines and get on top of them so they can't do anything, right? You're down for range. Playing against brawl, it's just brawl. You just gotta beat the other Rein yourself, right? By either just being better than him or cutting off his support and being able to kill him faster. Make sense?
Yep.
Okay, so let's go into positioning now. Any questions on pathing? Does that make sense for that?
Oh shoot! I forgot
Yeah.
my water.
It's a big
Thanks,
thing to
Ditto.
get down. If you can get that
I got my
down,
water.
you'll notice your attacks go a lot more smoothly, and you're not dying as much, or you have more shield, health, stuff like that, and your team also has more resources, right? Because if you have bad pathing, what happens with your team's resources too? Like say you have Ana, Lucio,
They get wasted.
exactly, trying to save you because you're going the wrong way. You go the right way, when you get to the point, you'll have that stuff versus having to use it like over here because you went the wrong way, right? Well, positioning. For Kings Row, there are
All right, I'm back.
three.
I have my water now.
I'd say 3 spots you can hold here technically.
Hey, I filled it up
What they
though.
are,
Okay, I just forgot it downstairs.
theoretically. Depending on what comp you're
Right,
running.
right where you put your blue dome.
One here. Where's the other 2, technically?
There's one technically around statue, and then there's one top on high ground behind that. Maybe. For
I'd say
brawl
probably
or for all comps?
Brawl. We're only
Oh.
it's a Ryan camp.
Yeah. My bad. Jeez.
All good. So
Calm
you
down.
have up here. This is more up close and personal if you're running more brawly. So I like doing this a lot. What I'll do is I'll hold here, and if the enemy team goes this way, where do you want to meet them? You want to be up in their face, right?
At
On
statue.
the other
you-
side of the statue.
You meet them here, right? Because then you can also have people up on this high ground here, angle here, right? They go through hotel, you meet them here, right? So pretty much the whole thing on defense is you want to meet them at a choke, right? On this map here, and here are your chokes, right? Up here too is a choke, and you can play up here, but it's a bit more risky because the enemy can very easily just come right behind you. You know what I mean? It's a lot harder, and it's harder. I've never had success holding up here usually. And your team is your supports are more easily set up back here on the high ground than trying to play low ground up here with you. Make sense? So that makes sense for positioning, kind of depends on your comp, but really you're trying to, with especially with brawl, is notice where what do you want to set up with on defense with positioning, kind of a little bit more detailed. But I know I'm getting a little off topic. Anyone know? Starts with a K, ends with an X.
King's Row.
King's Row doesn't end with an X. It's like a
Oh,
box.
yeah.
I go potty. Then you go potty.
Say,
It's like-
say the question again.
So what are you looking to set up with your positioning?
Oh, a
Against the
kill
enemy.
box.
Mm-hmm. And how do you set that up? Pretty much telling or knowing beforehand where you want to take a fight, right? And that all comes based on your comp, right? Do you want to take a fight close, or do you want to kind of try and like burn them down as they get to you, and then like push into them when they waste their resources, right? So kind of like let's look at back at like old. It's a comp I used to run here technically, right? You would have Reinhardt here with let's say Baptiste, or actually I think it was Rein, Brig. You had Sigma and Ash up here with I think. Oh, let's just do Tigers at 3 here. I'm sorry, I'm trying to think of a comp. Thinking of. Well, like think of a comp that had people on the high ground here, right? And then you brawl down here. What do you think the job of this comp is? You have people that are like spamming from up here, and you brawl here.
That's a hard off angle, so you want to take advantage of it as long as possible.
Mm-hmm. And what? How do you take advantage of that?
By stopping them at statue and then pouring damage into them there.
Mm-hmm. Because when they're rotating, trying to rotate towards this, you guys here or here, what does it give these guys options to do? Burn
To
them down, right?
kill their whole
Blow up
team.
their
Yeah.
backline, burn their resources then, right? So as this comp, you're playing a bit more passively and trying to bait out their stuff and let these
You
guys
better
do the
enjoy
damage
that, potty.
until you see an opportunity to engage them, right? When they use both bubbles, the immortality field, and you can keep them off the point, right? And secure your chokes here. Make sense? If you're running a more brawly comp, you're just, up in their face the entire time, not giving them any room. Like a good one is that I like to run sometimes is Rein, Czar, Torb, Reaper, Lucia Muera. It's 2 shotguns, right? And you can just be up in their face, constantly putting damage. You can even, go hold them up here if you wanted to, because it's a lot.
Evan, did you just say Torp shotgun is ever worth using?
What?
Did you just say Torp shotgun is ever worth using?
I said it's a lot
Whoa.
of damage.
Don't say that in front of Psycho, okay? He's a
What
Torb
the
man.
fuck?
But yeah, so let me just see your positioning. Oh, big thing too is making sure when you position yourself is you have cover to hide behind the whole time, right? Like here, using this thing as your cover, right? This little doorway. Here, using the statue as your cover. Here, using the staircase and this as your cover. Make sense? So you're not going to position yourself like, over here, because do you have any cover over here? No, right? Do you have cover here, kind of? Yeah. Right, this is fine. Do you have cover up here? Not the greatest. They can very easily come around you. So make sure when you get yourself set up with cover, they can't flank you easily. Does that make sense? You can take the fights where you have the resources to, and not in the open. Make sense? Never position yourself where you're going to get caught out when you get roll, because then you're never going to have your shield, and you're never going to be able to do anything, or even swing, because you're always weak and backing up. So any questions on pathing and positioning?
No.
So just make sure, like, when you know what comp you're running or know what the enemy's running, just ask yourself how to play against it. If you need to, you can always ask me, and I can tell you. But the biggest thing is just say, okay, what are we running? What did my DPS get value? And then try and position your path where they can get value and you can as well. Make sense? Like if you have high ground DPS, you
What?
want to... What's that here? Okay. Does that make sense, guys? So just noticing the biggest thing here is you're probably going to be running a lot. Like, you have Rein here, right? But then see who's your off tank and then who are your DPS. And then see how to get value with those. Supports will just get picked based on what DPS you're running. So you don't have to worry about that too much. But just also notice if you have like a Mercy, you can't be super aggressive because you don't have that extra healing with you, right? You don't have the Brig or the Lucio or even Zenyatta to help you out. So I'll go into that in a minute. Any questions on those pathing positioning?
Nah.
Make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, going along here. Where the fuck is it? There we go. We've got Rind mind games. I have this here, but anyone know how the best way to bait out shatter is?
Bro, just like flashing your shield and stuff like that. Just
Mm-hmm.
shooting.
Turning your shield around.
I don't know about that one.
I don't know about that one. You can do that sometimes. It's fun.
You can
But-
cancel like at least 2 emotes that know with rein by by pressing the shield button. They're literally just emote. Cool.
Yeah. The biggest thing, right, is swing
Like swing,
shield.
yeah, swing cancels and just dry shield drops, I guess.
Exactly, right. Because what can you do with? Can you cancel your swing into shield at any point in the animation?
Yes.
Exactly. So do you
yes.
want to cancel it at the same time every single time?
No,
Why not?
because then that's just predictable.
And do you want to be predictable?
No, sir.
Because being predictable gets you shattered, right?
Yes, sir.
Being unpredictable gets the enemy team shattered and gets you a block, right? So the biggest thing is knowing, as you play more Run, you'll understand when the enemy Run has shatter, right? Usually you can tell by how they change their playstyle at all, or if it's been a little bit. Also seeing if they hit a lot of fire strikes or, if they just got a pin or 2 on you, right? Not too worried about you guys understanding if they have shatter or not. I'm sure most of you can guess if he has shatter, right? So your biggest thing though is swing shield, right? Making sure that you are being unpredictable and not being predictable. What's another thing you can't do if you have shatter? DVG, you might know this. What should you not do if you have shatter?
Fire strike, because then you're gonna be like DVG and get shattered by Megan again.
Not that. I'm more so don't change the way you play.
Oh, I mean, yeah.
What will that tell the enemy, Ryan? If
That you have shatter and that you're looking for it.
So he's just gonna sit there and just be able to block it easier, right? So the biggest thing is don't be predictable and just be able to not really change your playstyle too much, right? Like if you were playing really, really aggressive and now you're playing like a little bitch, he's gonna know you have shatter and just punish you for it, right? But if you've been playing aggressive the whole time, now you're playing still aggressive and maybe a little cautiously like swing shielding, he might not notice it and you can still be able to get a shatter off or bait it.
Yo, Yoshi,
And the biggest
what's
thing you want to look for
up?
to try
Hi,
and
what's up?
bait shatter from him or land a shatter is looking to shatter people that are
What you up to,
outside of
Yoshi?
Ron's vision, right?
I think Ditto went potty like 3 years ago, and he
you
hasn't come back.
down.
So, I don't know what he's doing.
No, right? So let's example here, right? Say you're approaching the fight from here, right? And you have Ryan, Zara here, people like here, and then you see someone over here on the right. Would you shatter this person over here? Yeah, right? Because he's nowhere near the shield, and then he can either...
Well, I'd say it depends on who they are.
Yeah, it depends, like I said. But you're looking to try and get people out of position with your shatter to either take the 5v6 or kill them, right? If you can't reach them, take the 5v6 and try and kill the front line before, especially if you shatter support or something like that. Take the advantage like that, right? Or be able to kill them. But the biggest thing is look to either shatter people out of position, or look to just literally run past the Ryan and shatter, or just look to try and pin and kill them. Are the biggest thing. A lot of things you can do is have your team help you focus down his shield, so he doesn't have it, or simply looking to bait bubbles and then looking to go pin him, right? Because if he doesn't,
Ditto
if you go
Stomach is
pin him,
probably
you
very
counter
mad
him,
at him
you
for doing what? What do you do?
burn him down, right? Because he's going to be on the floor. You can also look, if you just pin from spawn, look to quickly pin him into a wall and then shatter, or even kill him like that and then just get a free shatter on the back line. You can do a lot of things. The biggest thing is trying to take advantage of your DPS and yourself and try and burn his shield or just bait him to fuck up and kill it. Make sense? Any questions on that?
No.
Okay. Moving along, how to feed properly and can get value. Boy, I don't know how to explain that. All right, let's go into playstyles right now. Playstyles. How should you base your playstyle off?
What's your comp?
What you have in your comp.
Yeah, based on what you have in your comp, right? You have
I
more.
don't know if he's taking
stand
years in the
DPS
math, and
performer,
this
so you're
one is
playing
probably
slow,
upset his
right?
spaghetti wall.
You have more
Oh.
fast, but he's gonna be playing a lot faster too, right? How do you also base your playstyle off?
Stomach get upsetty spaghetti a lot.
Who else would you be looking at to base your playstyle?
Their comp.
Mm-hmm. Because if they're running, let's say they're running spam, are you playing really aggressive? You can't really run at them, right? Because you got to be cautious, but you're kind of playing aggressive when you get there, right? So it's kind of a mix of both, right? You're playing passively, you get near them, and then you're rushing it, right? You're playing against dive. How are you playing against dive? Anyone know?
You want to wait for them to jump in, and then you clap their cheeks once they're in.
Mm-hmm. So you play passively, wait for them to make a move, right? Force them to do something, right? Whether it's forcing point, making them jump on you, or faking irritation and making them jump on you so you can just blow them up. But the whole idea is to blow up their tanks, right? Or force them to jump on you, and then you can rush their backline so they can't peel for them.
Might eat something bad like
Right.
this. Oh, I was talking to a roommate.
And
Oh,
we're
so
all-
we're not
we're all
your
just
roommates.
trying to
Okay,
play
and we're not even your friends
kind of
either.
aggressively, just
Rude.
trying to run over the enemy run if you can. Does that make sense for that?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
Dude, you took too
Um,
long. We missed you. Also, Yoshi's here
I
now.
think that's almost everything. Pretty much. Does everything make sense?
Yeah, it's all good stuff.
Yep.
Anything else you guys want me to go over from that?
Nope.
Chris, anything?
No, that was all real good.
Okay.
Dude, I need a
I'm
mouse cam.
sitting
Why do you
right
need
now,
mouse
like,
cam?
Bouncing between high silver, low gold. Just like trying
Yeah.
to make my Ryan and maintain.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
If you want
These
mouse
tips are
cam, are
definitely
you
on
okay
our
with
board
scuff
this week
stream
back
for 5 seconds while I
But yeah, the biggest
manufacture
thing, though,
an
is
overlay
just
real
the
quick?
pathing and positioning, right? Understanding what your team is running, what the enemy's running, and knowing how to
I'm
change.
telling roomies that your
playstyle
Totinos
or
are your
go
Totinos and my chicken
accordingly,
tendies are my chicken
so you can get
tendies.
value every time.
All
Make
right,
sense?
scuff stream time. Woo.
If you can get those two concepts down,
Where's it at?
you should be able to climb really high.
Boop.
I think that's pretty much covers everything I wanted to go over.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Yep. Anyone else have anything they wanna, any questions or anything like that? Or are we all chilling?
I think we're kind of chilling. I don't know, dude. Oh yeah, why is Hog meta? Can we like make him not meta?
Yeah, that'd be nice. Because I fucking hate Hog right now. It sucks.
My second one.
It's hard to play Rein right now. There's just too much spam. Or not spam, there's just no value for Rein. You can't really swing. I'm sure they'll fix soon. But hopefully this helped you guys a little bit.
Where is
I'm
it?
sure it did.
Uh,
The other thing you can do is if you ever go to VOD or whatever, you can ask me. I can show you the pathing and positioning on maps and what to do for each map.
Boop. There you go.
So that
Where's
way
my
you have
head
a better
cam?
understanding of just knowing
10 out of
how to
10.
play the map, you know what to do.
Actually, that doesn't look good at all.
So I asked before.
Let me do that again.
Maybe we can do this like maybe every week. I can pick a few maps, just go over how to play around on each map. Maybe that'll help.
Oh, that would be cool.
Is that good with you too, DBG?
Why am I the important one?
I'm just asking because you're here.
Oh, I mean, sure. It depends on the day and time. Because, you know, I got
Yeah,
scrimmage
that's when,
games.
when you guys are free, I can go over like, one day I do a bunch of hybrid maps, the next day I do a bunch of Koth maps, and just go over how to play Ryan in each situation and how to position and path in each situation. So that way when you see it, you just understand right away and you don't have to like guess. I think that'll definitely help a lot.
Yoshi, I
Yeah.
freaking hate you, by the way.
Well,
Making
thanks
you do
guys for
sit-ups,
putting me
dude.
on.
Yeah,
See ya.
dude, yeah.
Take care. Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.
Alright. Guess that's the end of that. Let's go back to Overwatch thing. Time to get swole? That's not helping, dude. Dude, it's hard being a McCree main out here, you know what I mean?